welcome everyone to today's video. As you saw in my most recent video, I went thrifting while in Berlin and I bought a couple of things which I really want to show you in this video. I also added two more things that I didn't got in Berlin but I also got on vacation or quickly afterwards, so I figured I would just put it all together in one haul video for you. I hope you enjoy this video and let's get started. The first thing that I got is what I'm wearing currently. It is this, I think I said dress in the video, but really now I think it is much rather a robe. I will show you what it looks like worn right over there. I love this. It is from the 70s. It has a really cool vintagey tag. I love the little cape and it still like has a full sleeve underneath. I love this with like the buttons. I've been wearing this pretty much every single morning right after getting out of bed and before getting properly dressed, and I just really like it with the pleating and everything. It is so dreamy. I'm just still a little indecisive about the fact that it is a little big like right here in the waist, so I'm thinking about maybe taking it in an inch or two, but I will see about that. I love these robes just to be at home and dance in, these sort of dressy robe. And I also do really see myself wearing this as a dress, maybe with white tights. I also can see it with a turtleneck underneath if I maybe find one in this bluish color. I feel like that would be really, really dreamy. This reminds me a lot of Biba. The colors I know are quite light, but the whole silhouette is very typical for a Biba look, so I just had to get this dress. This also was 42 bucks, so it was the most expensive dress. If I'm being fully honest, I usually don't get vintage items that are that expensive. Like 42 euros is a lot of money for me, but I just really liked it. And I thought that like once in a while, I think you can splurge on something. So I'm really, really glad that I got this. So I think I'm just gonna go by the days and like the different thrift stores. And so the other thing that I got on this first day thrifting is another Maxi dress. I think I said it in the video, but for some reason, for a long time, I wasn't really into Maxi silhouettes, but lately I have been loving them. I think there's something so just dreamy about it. And while I love the mod 60s mini skirts, I also sometimes just like to go for a Maxi silhouette. So the next piece that I got is this dress. It is probably homemade, just judging by the fact that it doesn't have a tag or anything, and also the way that it is made. I love how it is rather straight cut, but then it has this little flared skirt at the bottom. I also truly love the buttons. They kind of have that mother of pearl effect, and the little trim around the edges is just so dreamy too. It can be tied in the back, and I feel like this is the perfect casual dress. Also, with a lot of 60s and 70s pieces, you just get a lot of polyester, and so I was really glad to find that this one is a full cotton dress, so it is very light and nice to wear. This was 16 bucks, which I think is the second most expensive thing that I got. With the other pieces, I think I just got extremely lucky because they were pretty inexpensive, but I am so happy that I picked this dress up. It is great for nursing with the buttons, and I honestly can see myself wearing this all fall. I also really like the idea of wearing this with a vest or like a waistcoat. So I just am really glad that I picked this up. So those two pieces were everything that I picked up on the first day of thrifting, and then on the second, I went into a couple of stores, but I didn't really find anything that I liked. However, the third day was quite the charm because we went to like a thrift store that was a little bit outside of the city and like one of the neighborhoods where we stayed, and I found some amazing pieces, so let me quickly show you those. Starting with this dress, I feel like this was one of the last pieces I actually tried on. And I just love the colors. It is so colorful. It is so fun. I think I'm gonna shorten this, but I just do love the silhouette so much. This was 3 bucks. They had a crazy markdown sale, so that was great. It is a Kitty K dress. The vintage tag in here is so dreamy, and I honestly just really like it. It is polyester, but it says made in England, so that is something. As said, I think I'm gonna shorten it. I think in the try on I will show you the dress both like tucked up in a way that I think I would shorten it, and then also what it looks like now. So leave a comment down below telling me what you prefer. But the one thing that stood out to me about this dress are the buttons. Like these square little golden buttons are so beautiful, and I just think that this is the perfect 60s Carnaby Patty Boyd type of dress. I bought another dress with pretty much the same figure. This is a Diolan Loft dress. I have a couple of those. It just was a popular brand in the 60s and 70s. And what I really like about this dress, it is so simple, but it has these really cool details around the waist. I am not 100% sure if I'm going to keep this dress because it is just a little big on me, and I feel like someone with a different figure would just wear it and love it a lot more. So I also put these up on my Instagram to be sold. I'm gonna link the shop Instagram down below in case you want to check that out. And I actually also picked up a third dress that kind of had like a same silhouette. I'm gonna put up pictures right here. This one, however, was just even bigger on me, and so I decided to sell it, and someone already bought it. So I just really love picking up vintage pieces that I know people would cherish, because this was marked down at the thrift store, and I know that after they mark it down, if it doesn't sell, it just goes to the landfill. And so I'm really happy that I can pick these pieces up and just resell them. I usually resell them pretty inexpensively because I just want them to get worn and not go to the landfill. So yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep this dress. I have it listed, and then I also listed the colorful stripy one, but I feel like I might just keep it to myself. Okay, so for some reason that third day of thrifting did really surprise me in a lot of ways. I feel like for some reason I was in a mood where I was really willing to try different things, and I saw this dress and I just fell in love with it. I don't know, usually I feel like I wouldn't have picked it up. I'm so glad that I did because it fits me like a dream. This is a late 60s but probably rather 1970s skirt. It has a tag saying medium, made in Italy, in case anyone has ever seen this. It was 12 euros, which I think is an absolute steal. I love the pockets. I feel like these are so perfect. For some reason, this to me reminds me a lot of Jackie Burkhardt of That 70s Show, and like a lot of catalog wear of the 70s. For me, this also is like the perfect mom skirt. I don't know, I just really liked it. And when I started dressing 60s and 70s, I feel like I was very into like either a classic mod look or a sort of groupie look. But I've kind of grown into liking a lot more different styles. Like, don't get me wrong, I still love these, but I do also really like the more toned down, a little more mature 1970s outfits now. So I got this skirt and I cannot wait to style it for fall. This next piece that I got, I already wore this too, so it doesn't have a tag anymore, but I'm pretty sure this was $3. It is this little schoolwear skirt, and some of you actually taught me about this on Instagram because I was a little confused as to why it isn't pleated in the front, but then it is pleated in the back. However, some of you reached out and said that in Great Britain this is really popular and it's like a quilt kind of style. I love this skirt. I was thinking about shortening it, but then I wore it last week and I do really like the length actually, so I think I'm gonna keep it. It just has some buttons on the side right here. It is still missing a button. I just closed that with a safety pin for now, but I will just attach a button as soon as we're done moving, because this is the last video I'm gonna film in this area. We're gonna move in 2 days. Today is Wednesday, we're gonna move this weekend, which is just absolutely overwhelming. But a lot of the pieces that I have are already packed up, so I already packed up all of my sewing equipment, so I cannot fix this right now. But as soon as I will be back, I'm definitely gonna do that. This for me is like the classic 1960s Patty Boyd schoolgirl look, and I just really love this skirt. This last thing that I got might be a little surprise for you if you've watched that last thrift video, which by the way I'm just gonna link right here, because I tried it on and then I was like, oh, I really like it, but it is too big on me. So I'm just gonna close all the buttons. This might take a little moment, but while I do that, let me tell you my thought process with this. So this definitely is a little big on me, and as said before, I am just not a big fan of the idea of permanently tailoring pieces to be a lot smaller and to fit you. Like with things like the dress or something, I will sometimes tailor them to be a little smaller, but I will usually do one seam so that someone who will then later get it, because I really like the idea of handing down my clothes, can just open that seam up again. And with this one, I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do it, but maybe I will also wear it as a jacket. I remember putting this back on the go bag rack, and then I walked past it and I was like, I just cannot pass this up. It is such an amazing piece. I'm talking about this short-sleeved t-shirt dress. These sort of tops were really popular in the 60s. Basically, they have buttons up here, but then they're open down here, and you could wear them as a top, as like a little jacket. I think that these are also really cool with a turtleneck for fall. This was $8.50, so a rather expensive piece. However, I think $8.50 is totally fair for this dreamy piece. I cannot wait to style this. This is full-on polyester, so I really like to wear something cotton underneath, but I'm honestly so glad that I picked it up. For some reason, this top just makes me so happy with all the colors and everything. So I'm just incredibly happy that I picked it up. Up until this point, all of the pieces that I thrifted are authentically and like truly from the 60s and 70s. The next piece that I picked up is not, and I feel like 99% of my wardrobe is authentic 60s and 70s wear, and then there is like 1% where it is either a gift from one of the amazing retro brands like the Belated Beatnik, the Chain Design, Hippie Shake, Mod Shoes, a company like that. An even tinier percentage are modern pieces that have a vintagey feeling, and I would say that just have a 60s or 70s style. And I would say the majority of these pieces I like owned for 10 years now. So they're just from the very beginning when I started to dress the period. However, I had to pick this blouse up because I love the look of it. It has flared sleeves and then these ruffles down the front. I feel like this, just with some shorts for summer, is the perfect look. It is made from a very light fabric. It is either cotton or linen. It is 100% cotton. So that is great, and I had never heard of this brand before. It's Mats Norgard from Copenhagen. Maybe someone knows this. I actually googled it and found out that these blouses retail for like 150 bucks, and I paid 8 for it, so that was a great deal. And I just really love it. I feel like this has a vintagey style. This with some denim shorts for me is like the perfect Jane Birkin inspired look, so I'm really glad that I picked it up. I have 2 more pieces that I picked up, and the first one is a pair of shoes. If you know me, you know I have a lot of shoes. I collect shoes. I don't know what it is, but I like to wear a different pair of shoes every single day. And I just really love having a lot of options with my shoes. And so after we went to Berlin, we went to Poland, and then afterwards we went to Weimar to visit my mom, who is currently on vacation there. And we went by a Reformhaus, which in Germany, these are the kind of stores where they sell organic food and then makeup and fair trade products. And they had these shoes, and I saw them and I knew I had to get them. They are just so dreamy. These are Mary Jane's in the most beautiful blue color. They're velvet and they're so comfortable. They say made in China. The woman on the counter said they are sustainably made, but I cannot verify that, so I'll just have to go by what she said. Honestly, these are the most comfortable shoes I own. I wore them a lot inside with this dress in the mornings, but I also just really like wearing them outside because, as said, they're just incredibly comfortable. I also saw under a recent video of the 10 Ways to Style series that someone recommended doing 10 ways to style Mary Jane's, and I will definitely get to work on that video soon. So I'm really glad that I picked these up because I feel like they will also be really nice to be styled in that video. However, I don't pick up pieces just to be styled for a video, but I just really like them, and I have already gotten a lot of wear out of these. And then last but not least is this belt. So this belt was gifted to me by my stepmom. She came over with my dad last week, and she just gifted me this belt. She said that this is the belt she has been using for the last 30 years. She said that this is from the late 50s, so it's a beautiful vintage piece. I'm gonna say that this is probably a man's belt because in the 50s, belts with these big buckles weren't really worn by a lot of women. You can definitely see that over the years they added a bunch of different holes, which is great because it fits me really nicely both on the waist and on the hips, which I really like with big belts. And I am just so grateful because I feel like this is such a classic, beautiful belt, and I've already worn it 2 times, so definitely getting a lot of use out of this. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below telling me which of these pieces was your favorite and also what your recent thrift finds were. You can always tag me on Instagram in your pictures and send me all of your thrift finds. I love to see what your dolls picked up. If you enjoyed this video, I would love you to give it a thumbs up and maybe even share it with a friend. It supports me, it supports the video, and it would truly mean the world. As said, this is probably going to be the last video I ever filmed in this space. I don't know if this is going to be part of my new setup or I will do something completely different, but yeah, I really liked filming videos here and I hope you enjoyed this little wooden backdrop. We're definitely gonna keep this piece of furniture, but I just don't know if I'll put it in a space where the lighting will be good enough to film. I hope you have a beautiful day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine, take yourself some time to focus on you and your mental health today, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye everybody!